Welcome to For You Two TV show, my own business section. I'm here with Montu, Tree of Eternal Life. So Montu, I really am fascinated. The Tree of Eternal Life is a business I understand you've just started in July.
The 25th of July we actually opened, but we opened on the 25th of July.
In the middle of COVID.
Actually, I signed the lease on the 17th of March, and flew out to Abu Dhabi to see my wife, and then the lockdown came, so I was stuck out there for 8 weeks, and so we had planned to start a bit earlier, but then by the time I came back in and did the alterations that need to be done and the renovations, 25th, yeah, it was the right time to open. In fact, people came to us and said, "Do you think this is the right time to open?" I said, "Yes." And everyone was saying, "But with the lockdown," I'm saying, "No, it's the right time." Why?
That's the question I was just about to. So the Tree of Eternal Life, why? I understand your health and well-being, but why open a business which is supplying health and well-being products?
Okay. Exactly what we're saying. We're saying COVID. We're saying there's a pandemic. We're saying people are getting sick. We're saying people are dying. They need to be healed. Now, what happened to myself was that there was a point where I had high blood pressure. I still got it slightly, not so bad now. And I was looking for natural remedies. And I was looking for roots, because I remember the roots drink them that I used to drink in my own. And I went all over the place trying to find good roots, good bitters. Couldn't find it. I was looking for places all over. And we wanted to sell our books as well, because we were a church at the same time. But we didn't want to just do books only. And we understood that with the pandemic and everything going, health is needed. Now, a lot of people say, "But you opening now with all these other shops that are closing, how are we going to survive?" We looked at it and said, "Well, the government's giving away grants. We'll get it." We didn't think twice that we wouldn't get it. We'll get it. They've given leeway in the sense of giving a year free rates for 1 year. Free rates. We'll have that too. Right? And we're very optimistic that myself and the wife, that we will get what we set out to get. And we have. And so we said, well, we're going to go forward and look about these things in order to make the sailing open and go well. At the same time, it just so happened that the whole issue kicked up and Black Lives Matter kicked off, right? Now, with Black Lives Matter kicking off as well, it just fell into place in the sense that everyone became more black conscious. Those that were slightly conscious were a little bit more conscious. Those that wasn't conscious was aware. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
So people started to realize that, you know what? The black pound, they've been hearing it for years, but now they started to realize that black pound means something. And for us, we studied workings by Neely Fuller, who Frances Cress Wellington brought to the forefront, was her teacher.
So you need to tell the listeners, the viewers, a little bit more about Frances Cress Fuller, because otherwise it's not going to... Could you just put that in context for us? Because that's a very important point.
Okay, Frances Cress Wellington. She's a doctor in psychology, and she spoke a lot on the problems of our black people and what we went through. The ISIS paper was her main book that she wrote. And with the ISIS paper, she highlighted so many issues within the black race. But she was also had a mentor, as we all do, as a teacher, and his name was Neely Fuller, Jr. And he had certain papers that he wrote. And part of what he did was he wrote about what we call Rel-Cel Web, the system that they used to take down our system. In other words, to eradicate our system, they got rid of religion, got rid of economics, got rid of labor, got rid of, got us in through sex, got us through education, remove certain aspects of our beings. And we said, well, we have to reinstate these things. So we then also looked at one of our greats, Marcus Garvey. When did he make his ascension? Through the Great Depression. And through the Great Depression, Marcus Garvey, our black people survived. And we did well. How? Because when the pressure is on us, then we are forced to work with each other.
And I think that on that point there, Montu, you're absolutely right. The Great Depression saw the rise of Marcus Garvey, and it's a well-known fact that businesses like Google, and I do believe Apple, started in times of recession, of times of need.
Right.
So you've actually described a business model where you've taken advantage of grants and subsidies that are entitled to all business owners.
That's right.
So with that in mind, what sort of challenges do you foresee? Because you set up health and well-being, you're moving forward, but what do you think your immediate challenges will be for the Tree of Eternal Life as a business?
The challenge will be really, can we keep providing the things that we need to provide? Is there, because it's a small store, everyone comes in and the first thing they go, oh, it looks bigger online, right? And they're expecting a bigger store, and plus the adverts going out, and with the adverts running on the radio, the media campaign, the social media campaign that we've been pushing, people are expecting to walk in and see this massive store, and they walk in and see this small little store. But it's the plans that we have. We understand that we might not be able to stock everything in the store, and we understand as well the store is a front, meaning it's a storefront. A lot of things that we're going to have to do is going to have to be online. We know this too. It's not just about the store.
Yes.
So it's a growing thing. So the challenge is we've got to keep people's interest and make sure that we provide the things that they want. So part of our policy is when people walk through the door and they say, do you have matcha? Someone just asked me for it. No, I haven't. What is it? Oh, it's this. Okay, someone asked about it the other day. Write it down. Let's go source it. So let's put that on the shelf. And stock the things that people require. Okay, one person may ask for it, no one else may need it. Might not get it because of that issue. But that's the policy, that we stock the things that we need. Once we keep doing that, and we give people affordable products, that's the other thing, right? Because health doesn't have to be as expensive as they make out. It's been done to us because we're buying into a market. Now, because we're targeting mainly African, Caribbean and African black people, we're now saying, not only, I say mainly, we're saying, well, we're seeking products that we knew, that we grew up with. Okay, busy. I grew up hearing busy is good for, if you get poison, you drink it and you get rid of it. And I know busy. Then I found out busy was kola nut. Yeah. But in Jamaica, we call it busy, right? Then they've got things like strongbuck. Strongbuck's a herb that we use. They've got cerci, everybody knows that cerci. So all these teas and roots that we grew up with from here to Africa, we've got to start having those things so that people can have them, use them, and then start to heal themselves with them.
What does your supply chain look like? Because you're supporting other black businesses. So are you developing, what does your supply chain look like?
Let me look at this. At the moment, our supply chains as such, we're seeking from everyone. Predominantly, we're trying to find from our black businesses here as well, here and abroad. Because if we can create the right supply chain, then the products go. So we've got people like Ankara, right? Ankara. I say it again. Ankara. He supplies us with moringa. And he's not the only person, but he's got moringa oil, moringa tablets, and moringa powder, and he prides himself in the fact that he's hunted all over the world to find the best moringa he can find. Moringa. Well, that's it. That's what it is. Then we've now made a link with the moringa family, right? They've got abundance of product and they're new. So we're trying to help them grow and they're trying to help us grow. We're helping each other. They have a host of other things with the CBD oils as well and so forth. We've made a link with Silverstone, right? And they've provided us with things coming from Gambia, Jamaica, Barbados, and so forth from the Caribbean. So we're trying to reach out to our people and say, if you're doing things, we're interested, right? At the moment, we've been doing a lot of the herbs and the roots and so forth. We're now making that next step to say we want the beauty products now. We want hair products, we want the skin products, we want body lotions. But everyone's coming with shea butter. Great. You can only have so much shea butter on the shelf. It's great to have shea butter, no, but that's the, then you're selling this shea butter from here, this shea butter from there. No, so we're saying we need more. So I'm sending out a message now as I'm looking at the camera, right? We need beauty products, but we're trying to say it's got to be done in such a way that when it's on the shelf, it's appealing. What we don't want is just things written on it and just someone doing something in their kitchen and it looks like it's been done in the kitchen. If we're trying to present a shop front for you to put your product in, then try and make the product suit the shop front. So our sources, and then we still source from regular other places where we are not, in fact, when I say we, our people, vitamins. If we're not providing vitamins, then we have to get it from somewhere because people need it. What we don't want to do is just go to anybody that's putting out stuff and don't care about our people. So the other things that we do is we're very careful about the products that we try and get in. We try and look at the product and see if it's a natural product and it's not got any chemicals, harmful chemicals in it. If it has, then we don't touch it. If we buy it and we put it on the shelf and there's a problem, we take it off the shelf. And we try our best to do that way. We're trying to deliver, and part of our aim says, we aim to heal all. That's our motto. We aim to heal all.
So what next? That's always the big question.
Online. That's our next step. The wife's working. We've got the website, as we're speaking now, the website's been done up online. And a warehouse. We need a warehouse because we can't fit everything in the store. So we're going to have a warehouse where a lot of the things that they'll see online, they may even come to the store and say, but I saw this on your website. No, you've got to order that because we've got to take that from the warehouse and bring it in the store. So the warehouse and the online, that's where it's going to be, the next stage is going to be. And actually linking with farmers, because I'm dealing with people now that are dealing with farmers or bringing products in. I've actually made a contact, we've made a contact to Bahamas, and they're looking to start growing Trinidad. They're looking to grow and stuff. So we're saying, well, we're trying to create all these different revenues stream going outwards so that we can keep this rolling. Tree of Eternal Life is not just here. We're the UK branch, right? There's one opening in Trinidad. They're putting that together right now. We've got family over there doing Trinidad. There's one opening in Atlanta. We've got one that's been set up in Atlanta. We're not just here. This is going to be a worldwide organization, a worldwide store that eventually everybody will be helping each other.
That was Montu Tar, Tree of Eternal Life. Fantastic health and wellbeing as part of For You Too, My Own Business section.